If you're here, you're probably a business owner whose company may look successful from the outside, but you're feeling the pressure behind the scenes. Revenue's moving, people are busy, clients are demanding, and you are the one holding too many threads at once. You may be the founder who also functions as the operations lead, or the HR department, the finance reviewer, the final decision maker. This is Seeker Solution. We provide fractional executive leadership for growing businesses. That means you don't have to hire a full-time COO, CFO, CHRO to get experienced leadership in the areas that are slowing you down. You bring in the right executive capability for the right season of growth. Our team supports professional service businesses across a range of industries. Here is who we are for. We're a fit for owners and leadership teams who have momentum, but we're hitting avoidable ceilings. You might be growing fast, adding headcount, expanding locations, increasing client volume, or just trying to stabilize after a demanding season. What you need next is structure, clarity, and an operating rhythm that doesn't depend on you being everywhere all at once. The signs are practical. Projects don't finish because nobody owns the system. Managers are capable, but inconsistent because expectations are unclear. You feel like you're making the same decision multiple times. Your financial picture is behind, or you don't trust it. Hiring feels urgent, but onboarding feels improvised. Your team works hard, but the results aren't predictable. In day-to-day operations, it can look like work being tracked in too many tools, handoffs happening by memory, deadlines living in inboxes, and reporting scattered across systems. Here is what we actually do. We embed as part of your leadership team and build the operating systems that make growth sustainable. That can include HR structure, performance standards, compliance. It can include operations and process optimization so work moves cleanly from intake to delivery. It can include financial strategy, reporting, and decision support so you can stop guessing and start deciding with confidence. It can include strategic business planning and scorecards and accountability rhythms so leaders know what winning looks like each week. Here is what we do not do. We don't come in and give advice and then just disappear. We don't run a workshop and leave you just with a binder. We build with you and we stay close enough to ensure adoption because a good plan is not the same thing as execution. Fractional means you gain senior leadership without full-time overhead, plus outside perspective on patterns that your team is too close to notice. It also means you can start with what's most urgent, then expand your scope once the foundation is stable. Here is who we are not for. If you're looking for motivational coaching, sure, we give it, but we're not your team just for that. If you want a consultant to deliver a report while your staff keeps operating the same way, that's just not us. If you're not willing to measure what's working, clarify ownership, and follow through with leadership behaviors, then you may feel frustrated working with our team. Fractional works best when you want outcomes and you're ready to implement them. If you are a very early stage business that's still validating your offer, still guessing on pricing, or still building your first small team, you might not need fractional executive support just yet. At that stage, you often need simpler fundamentals first. We can tell you honestly if that's the case, and we won't push you into something that's too early. Here's how to use this page. Think of our Instagram, our Facebook, our website, YouTube page, whatever. Look at it as a quick decision system. You should be able to identify your pain point, see how we solve it, and know the next step. If you're in the right place, keep watching the content. We'll talk openly about the problems that stall growth, the systems that fix them, and the leadership habits that make those systems stick. We'll show what strong onboarding looks like, what a meeting cadence looks like, and how teams build predictable performance without burning out the owner. If you want to move faster, click the link and schedule a discovery call. The goal of the call is simple. We want to understand what you're building, where the bottleneck is, and what outcome you want in the next 90 days. We'll ask questions about your team size, your revenue stage, and your current structure. The leadership capacity is also important, so we want to understand what that looks like today. And if we're a fit, we'll recommend the right fractional lane, the right scope, and the right starting point. If we're not a fit, we'll say that quickly and respectfully, and we'll point you to the next best step. To make the call productive, come prepared with a few basics. Number one, your current team size and key roles. Number two, the top two problems you want solved this quarter. Number three, any org chart, even if it's messy. Number four, your best guess at monthly revenue, cash flow, and constraints. Here's what happens next. After the call, you'll either get a clear recommendation and a proposal, or you'll get a clear no with guidance on what to do instead. If we move forward, we typically start with a short discovery and alignment phase, then transition into implementation with a weekly rhythm and clear deliverables. You'll know who on your team is leading each area, what success looks like, and how progress will be measured. You'll also have a communication system so your internal leaders are not guessing what to do between meetings. One final note. If you're browsing and you feel like you should wait until things calm down before you bring in support, that's usually the biggest sign that you shouldn't wait. The best time to install systems is before the next surge, not after the next fire. If you're serious about scaling without burning out your leadership team, schedule the call. We'll help you build the structure that matches your growth.